Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the third and perhaps final episode of the Dreamhold, where I'm playing my way through a game designed as an introduction to the Inform style of interactive fiction, because there's a different game that I was recommended that I want to play, but it was suggested it was not a very good first game. We're collecting masks. I have 4 of them. I found a 5th, but I don't know how to get it, although I have an idea. And there's a few things I still don't know how to interact with at all, really. Plus, I have a huge pile of garbage in my inventory, much of which I haven't figured out what to do with at all. But right when we ended the last episode, I had realized that I could use my magical gardening gloves to grab one of the spheres out of the fireplace from earlier. I don't remember seeing anything yet that wants a glass sphere, but if I run into such a thing, I have one now. So, gauze. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with gauze. Or a letter. Or berries. So, okay, let's go, is it east from here? Yeah. Into the hall. Let's go back upstairs for a moment. Into the dome. So, can I, like, extinguish the fire? Put out fire. Quench fire. No, there is no fire. That's okay. So it does recognize put, but it doesn't necessarily recognize put out. Like if I say put fish. Yeah, okay. So it couldn't find something called out fire, I think is what's happening here. All right. So I probably can't, I don't know. Put white berry in fire. Ooh, okay. You toss a white berry into the bonfire. An odd blue light crackles across the burning wood, and the fire changes. Blue and indigo flames dance across the wood, snap in the air, flash as high as the dome's apex. The embers burn turquoise and emerald. The heart of the bonfire is a dim, aching violet, and a piercing, insistent chill radiates from the flames, numbing your skin and frosting your breath. Ooh, how exciting. Okay. The quality of the light outside changes subtly. Yeah. Catwalk south, unearthly. The copper sale, yeah, okay. Your score's gone up. Note that your score is now 4 of 7 plus 1. It indicates 1 optional goal achieved. The Dreamhold has various side quests, extra discoveries you can make. You don't need to find these to win the game. They're there for extra fun and to add to the texture of the game world. How many are there? Find out. Interesting. If I look at my score, I now have 2 things. The Unearthly World. I still can't just go south, right? Wait, what? Did I not try this before? Just walking over the shadows? Or is this an unearthly world thing only? Unearthly appears here, which suggests that there are non-unearthly versions of this that I just didn't try because I was afraid to step into the shadow. You are standing on a long black tongue of shadow which hangs impossibly in empty air. To the north stands the blue-lit dome. The path stretches away to the south. The mountain towers behind the dome, a black shape against the crimson currents overhead. Directly beneath you, the garden glows unearthly pale, and below that, the valley. All right, well, further south? Probably not, right? Far south. The shadow path narrows as it runs. A few yards further south, it converges to a point and is gone. The dome is a blue bauble to the north. The mountain towers above the dome, a black shape against the streaming red overhead. Directly beneath you falls the strange pale valley. The crimson sky runs disturbingly low, or you are disturbingly high, close to its rippling currents. Check out the sky? The sky is an endless racing nightmare. Streams of scarlet, carmine, rust, magenta, and every other shade flood across the heavens. You can see no sun, the world is lit only in harsh red. But moons sprawl indolently, untouched and unmoving beyond the crimson striations. 4 moons, if such swollen and lurid discs can be called moons. A violet, a green, a blue, and a tan one, ringed in brilliant white. Though the fluid strands are in constant motion overhead, the air around you is silent. A dry, stifling heat oppresses each breath. Goodness. Moons? Just gonna tell me the same thing? Oh. The violet disc. It's purple. Okay, nothing special. Green one? Okay, yeah, pretty words about the moon, but what are the moons? The tan one was a cool blue-tinged moon glows high in the south above you. Its overlarge face is streaked and whorled with white. Beneath the white markings, you can see faint brown and tan shadows like islands. Because, like, okay, so when we were at the orrery, there was a mask attached to the tan sphere that was circling a silver sphere, right? So the tan moon kind of feels like my friend in a way. Just above the western horizon, a fat moon hangs, soft beige with hazy brown and tan stripes. Its gentle colors are cut by a brilliant white band that swoops across its face, twice as wide as the moon itself, as if a child's hoop were set in the sky to girdle the tan disk. All right, give me that hoop. I assume I can't take it. It's really not within reach. Yeah, sure. The same about the blue moon. That's not how you spell blue. Yeah, can't get any of that stuff. Okay. So, I still have, I have a handful, so I can presumably use them as many times as I want. Put orange berry in fire, right? And it's going to turn ordinary again. So can I go south from here? I can. Just, it's the shadowy path south of the dome. And there's nothing here except, like, it's all the same text as was before, except before there was cool stuff about the moon, the moons and the sky and whatever. All right, so I just needed to do this to cross the ravine, probably. Push triangle north, please. Oops, that's not how that works. Got to go around the catwalk and then step north. I'm on the ledge. You're standing at the end of a long black tongue of shadow which hangs incomprehensibly in empty air. The strip of darkness bridges a deep ravine between a firelit dome to the south and the cliff face of a towering mountain to the north. A narrow ledge angles across the mountain face directly in front of you. Balanced on the ledge is a torn black mask. Get mask, or do I have to go further north? I do. I can get it. Okay, the mountain is in the way. There's nothing else really here, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. I guess I may as well have it be all unearthly while I'm doing my other business. Because the one thing I had left that I definitely know how to do, that I can, something interesting I can still do and have not yet done, is now that I have a lit torch, I can go into that cave at the north end of the corridor, right? So down, east, north, northwest? And then I went north, and this is the natural passage. Yeah, my torch is the source of light. So if we go north here, before we went here when it was too dark and we got lost. But now I'm in the vaulting cavern. A high arched space opens around you, deep within the earth. The floor is unevenly interspersed with stalagmites and stone columns. Your torchlight glitters in droplets from the stalactites above. Between the pale hanging pinnacles of frozen stone, a vein of dark ore streaks the vault. A narrow passage leads away to the south. A broader one enters on the west side. It once crossed the cave, but the eastern exit has collapsed. A low crawl runs northeast. At one edge of the cave, a pit descends abruptly. Wisps of steam rise up from its depths. Let me check out that steam, bro. A thin plume of steam drifts from the pit, rising in the cave's cool air. Perhaps there's a hot spring somewhere below. Sure, okay, I guess I'll check that out. Ledge in pit. You are balanced on a ledge, leaning against the wall of a twisty, irregular pit. Across from you and slightly above, you can see a narrow opening in the wall. A climbable rough path leads upward. Yes, that's where I was. You might be able to descend further, but the pit beneath you is nearly vertical, and the stone is damp and slippery with condensation. A warm breath of air rises slowly up the pit, steadily, carrying with it an eddying stream of mist. Well... down? It's wide enough to stand on. That's about all it has going for it. Sure. Mist eddies slowly up the shaft, borne on a current of warm, moist air from below, perhaps from a hidden subterranean hot spring. The moisture slicks the stone all around you and underfoot. It seems like it would be quite dangerous to go down there. The pit, it'll tell me something similar? No. The pit walls are misted with deep damp condensation. So the opening, I guess this might be the window we looked through before? There's a narrow opening in the pit wall, perhaps a crawlway branching off horizontally. But there is no way to reach the opening. It is across the pit from your ledge. You could not safely jump there, nor could you climb around to it. That part of the wall is smooth and slightly overhung. Nothing interesting on the wall, I assume. Okay, the same as the pit. The path just goes up. Yeah, fine. Alright, we'll leave that direction for now. Let's see what's in the west. The broad passage entering the cave. Shore of river. You stand on the eastern shore of a black river, a silent sheet of mirror-dark water which slips by as you watch. Somewhere, far to the south, you hear the thin roar of falling water. A broad passage leads back to the east. The far shore is a narrow ledge of scree. Scree is like rockfall, right? Detritus? You can see a green mask lying amid the rubble there. Well, I want to go there. I gotta get that green mask, right? But I don't think I have any tools that would really tell me much about how to get there. I could try to paint this scene, I guess. Draw mask on gauze. Yeah, I didn't think so. So if I just say go to west, it'll be like, sorry, you can't figure it out. You can't tell how deep the water is, but it's moving quite fast. If you lost your footing or tried to swim, you would certainly be swept away. The dark stream is 3 or 4 yards across. The water reflects the cave walls. You cannot see beneath the surface. But you sense that it flows swiftly. Somewhere to the south, down the river's passage, you can hear the water cascading down into some deeper abyss. Well, can I go south? The river flows along a steep-sided tunnel. There's no room to walk on the water's edge. North? There's nothing there, right? No. So we're in a narrow tunnel with a river going through it. And we can't cross the river, and there are no other directions to go. I don't know how, like, a gray glass sphere is going to help. Or any of my berries. I still have a key I haven't used. The iron one hasn't unlocked anything yet. Alright, back into the cave. And to the northeast, there's a crawl, I guess. Confusing passage. The passageway runs from southwest to northeast, more or less. Great columns and masses of stone rise from floor to ceiling. The tunnel divides and joins around them, a confusing wrangle of minor branches. What to even look at? I mean, go north. Angle? No, there's no such thing. Tunnel? That's a tunner. Okay, well, let's go northeast, I guess. The passage from the southwest comes to an abrupt end here, in a round, water-worn alcove. The eastern walls of dressed granite, an intrusion in these deep natural caverns. A heavy iron door is set into the wall. It's tightly shut. Hey, I have an iron key. That could be helpful. The door is a massive iron affair with a high sill. It has no keyhole, only an iron bar for a handle. The door is closed. Okay. The wall cuts across the eastern end of the alcove, entirely blocking it. The neatly dressed granite blocks have a slight curve, as if the chamber beyond formed a large circle. The iron door is closed. Open door. You push on the door and then set yourself and heave again, for it is as massive as it looks, and weighted to close of its own accord. By leaning hard against the iron, you get it open. Light pours from the other side, gentle, but still bright after your torchlit exploration. That's worrying. The door really does swing itself closed again, huh? If I do anything. So I have to go in there and hope I'll be able to get back out. I'm in the cistern. You're at the edge of an immense and empty elliptical chamber. The walls are of granite blocks, tightly fitted and dressed, bare of window or ornament. It feels like a vast cistern, not a place for human habitation. The only exit is the door directly west. The floor is a flat, perfect plane of black stone or metal or glass. You can't tell what it is. The roof far above is an equally flat and perfect surface of featureless, luminescent white. That reminds me of the room that I woke up in, right? That had a white, glowing floor, or smooth at least, right? Smooth white floor. I might be under that room now. Right? I went down into like a cave or something. No. Because to even get here, I had to climb up the stairs out of the shed. Yeah, okay. So we're not under the room I started in. All right. Both spread out eastward, defining the chamber between them. And halfway in between, a glass catwalk runs around the wall, girdling the room. A black column rises along the east wall, from the black floor up to the catwalk, and the iron door swings shut. A black column. Maybe this is related to that pedestal we saw in the hallway a while ago? Somehow? Tell me about the column. The black column seems to be the same black unreflected surface as the floor, which it rises directly out of. You can see no more from here. The roof goes east. And so does the catwalk? Or the floor? Glass catwalk runs around the wall. I don't totally understand what you're saying. Door look interesting from this side? Nope. You're at the eastern side of the elliptical cistern, standing next to a low glass platform. The platform is about 3 strides across. It juts out from the granite wall, a bare inch above the dead black floor. It's a glass platform, just an inch above the floor. Huh. Okay. High above you, there's a glass catwalk. There's a black column along the east wall. Passes just to the right of the platform. I mean, will it tell me anything now? The Column stands just one side of the glass platform, rises halfway up the wall. Okay. The catwalk is far above you, though only halfway to the luminescent ceiling. It seems to be a single elliptical pathway of glass running most of the way around the perimeter of the room. The glass, or crystal, is colorless and impossibly clear, but not perfect. You think you can see cracks. It's difficult to tell from down here. You can see a small red shape, another mask, resting on the catwalk at the east edge of its ellipse, directly above you. Well, I mean, it's a glass catwalk that's cracked. So if I threw a rock at it, the mask might fall. The closest thing I have to a rock, I think, is my gray glass sphere. I might as well try. Throw sphere at mask. Throw sphere at catwalk. Oh, the catwalk's out of reach. Yeah, so you can go east or west. There's no north or south here. And I can't go up as far as I understand it. There's no way up the catwalk here or here, right? Yeah. Climb column? Plummet? Much too smooth. I didn't look at this lever at all? Really? I completely glazed over that text 4 times? Okay, let's look at that. The lever is just a plain iron bar. Its base is clearly a socket, although you cannot see what mechanism it connects to. The glass beneath it is oddly shadowed. I mean, if I pull this lever, it might flood the cistern with water and drown me. But maybe I can swim well enough that I'll get up the catwalk. So let's see. First, stepping onto the glass platform. Okay. You pull the lever, which clunks stiffly down. The clunk is echoed from below you. A curious thick gurgle sounds somewhere below you. So it's flooding? What happens if I go west? It's gurgling loudly. Open door? You heave the door open. It spills meagerly out in the cave darkness beyond. Suddenly, the black surface beneath you, the entire floor, begins sinking away in ripples, like draining oil. The black column lengthens or is uncovered as it goes. The true bottom of the cistern is quickly revealed, a deep sloping wall lined with granite blocks, as the walls are. You are left standing at the top of the slope, as the blackness withdraws from under your feet. So probably if I'd stayed on the glass platform, I'd still be above this, but I wouldn't be able to reach anything. I'd have to toggle the lever again to bring the ground up to where I am. And then pull it again to start the floor disappearing, and then run over the other side like I did. Be my guess. You also notice a brass grating set at the stone floor nearby. It's a round slab of rough hammered brass, pierced by finger-sized holes. You can see only darkness below. Finger-sized holes, huh? Kind of reminds me of the gauze that I'm carrying. Put gauze on grating. You begin spreading the circle of gauze across the grating. It clings and seems almost to shift in your fingers, and now you see that the holes in the pale web line up precisely with the holes in the brass beneath it. In a few moments, the grating is entirely covered. Okay. If I get the gauze back, can I do that? I could. Okay, but I don't want to. You can have it. Interesting. The stone floor is level where you stand, but to the east it slopes sharply down. So I can't actually get back to the lever now if I wanted, I don't think. Okay, but I'll go east and downstairs. Cistern bottom. You're at the bottom of the cistern at the edge, where the downsloping floor meets the east wall. Directly above you hangs the glass platform. Yards above that, the catwalk circumnavigates the room, and above that, the white ellipse of the ceiling spreads its featureless radiance. A black column rises along the east wall from the floor up the catwalk. It passes just to the right of the platform. At the lowest angle of the floor, just by the wall, you see a black circle. A small disk of the featureless substance which once floored this entire chamber. The black column merges into its rim. A heavy iron wheel is set into the eastern wall. The disc is less than 2 feet across. The surface seems like it should be reflective, but you can see no reflection. I can't pick this up, can I? No. The wheel is supported on a thick hub which protrudes from the wall. The edge is deeply notched, as if the wheel were meant to be gripped and turned. It reminds you of a ship's rudder wheel. Indeed. Well, I mean, I can turn the wheel. You spin the wheel to the left until it stops. A faint vibration within the metal, perceptible only when you laid hands on it, slowly stills. Between a breath and a breath, the black column vanishes. It goes from the top and down, like a rope cut loose from the catwalk, slithering straight down into the well without a waver or a splash. The remaining circle of black sinks away, revealing a brass grating at the bottom of the slope. You now see a line of handholds, a ladder, cut into the wall where the column previously rose. They ascend from the cistern's bottom where you stand, past the glass platform up the catwalk. We'll go up. Climb, ladder. Now I'm on the platform again. And I could pull the lever, but that might bring the column back, which I don't want. So can I just go up the ladder again? Yeah. Up. I'm on the catwalk east. You stand on the catwalk, or rather in the catwalk. The glass surface is curved, forming a shallow trough. It begins here on the east side of the cistern and follows the wall around to the north. Just past the end of the catwalk, a ladder runs down the wall. Yes, I just came up that. A heavy brass pipe protrudes from the wall, between the catwalk and the ladder. The end of the pipe is a curved fitting, which ends in a graceful brass spout. But the spout does not point down, it curves to the right towards the ladder. Right, that's what the column was protruded from or something? Give me the mask, please. Northeast catwalk, yeah. A large curved slab of glass is leaning in the trough here. It rests on edge nearly upright. Although the way it wedges against the sides keeps it from falling. There's also 2 blobs of gum. Brown resin the size of your thumb. A bit larger than your fist. What on earth could these be for? Plugging like small faucets or something? Okay. Eat it. Yeah. Okay, fine. Get big. Glass slab is irregular, a foot wide and a few feet long. It has a gentle, even curve along its length. The slab is standing edge up in the trough, crossing it from side to side. Edge up? Really? I mean, it did say the way it wedges against the sides keeps it from falling. Okay. I assume I can't get this, right? Jammed in place. Oh, you give it a tug and lift it free. So I'm just carrying a large glass slab. Okay. West? Sidewalk. The catwalk is somewhat cracked at this point. Cracked spiderweb several feet into the glass surface at their center. A small hole is broken right through. Several cracks converge, leaving a gap in the glass surface the size of your thumb. Put small gum in hole. It fits perfectly. Great. The hole is plugged. Catwalk is cracked at this point as well. Oh no. I bet is it the size of my fist, would you say? Put gum in hole. Okay. I see. So the issue is not... If I go east, I might fall and die. That would be interesting. The glass squeals alarmingly, and you're like, whoa, better not. Okay, got it. Try it again? Yeah, it still just warns me. It doesn't kill me. Okay, so there's actually multiple places that I could put the gum to plug a hole, it seems. Right, like here, I could have put the gum here instead of in this spot. Get gum, south, put gum in hole, right? Huh. The size of an egg. Oh. So maybe I need another get hum. Maybe I need more gum to fix this. Okay, interesting. So we're looking for other objects that could fill this hole. I do have a glass sphere. That wouldn't fit, huh? All right. Have I examined this since I picked it up, by the way? The size of a small plum. Glassy sheen and a dim, smoky interior. Put slab down? In an undamaged section of the trough, huh? That hasn't really helped. Or does it? Get slab. Put slab east. Like I want to use it to fill in the problems to the east of me, maybe? I don't know. Fine. So nothing's actually happening here. I thought this would make... I thought this would undo what I did before. You spin the wheel to the right until it stops. As you do, a faint, unsteady vibration grows in the metal. The black column reappears, spilling down from the catwalk to the floor in one dark, silent fall. The bottom of the cistern begins filling once again with the black substance. It ripples outward from the base of the column. The black tide rises under your feet, bearing you upward. In moments, the platform is covered, and the catwalk is approaching. And then the catwalk is submerged as well. The tide lifts you toward the shining roof. This is a little worrying. You are currently standing within an elliptical chamber upon a plane of perfect black. A plane which is rapidly rising, lifting you upward towards the equally perfect plane of light above. Okay. Floor? The floor is a black, blank ellipse. The surface seems like it should be reflective, but you can see no reflection within it, not even the soft glare of the roof. Your ascent continues. The chamber is beginning to seem much less lofty than it once was. I'm going to get smushed here, I think. The ceiling is a white ellipse, remote and blank. It radiates a featureless white glow, which illuminates the chamber, a perfect and shadowless light. What is actually... Yeah, I'm like... I'm a little worried about this. Because I'm not... The lever that I pulled and the wheel that I turned, those are somewhere else. I'm on the column now. I mean, I'm going to just... let's lie down just in case. Crouch. Hide. Look around again. Gray chamber. This space forms an ellipse around you. Oh, hang on. Okay, as I was rising, you are standing within an elliptical chamber upon a plane. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Then, the black floor and the white ceiling meet and merge. The infinitesimal gap, too narrow even for a ray of light or darkness, excludes all possibility. Within that moment, you see all your own time moving more swiftly than thought. Nothing is simpler for that moment than to move into it. And now we're in a gray chamber. This space forms an ellipse around you, but the walls are featureless, and the planes above and below are indistinct, indistinguishable. You do not recognize this world. Even the silence is not the silence of the caverns. Your movements raise no echo. A small gap to the west reveals an opening to more familiar stone and darkness. A shield, a gleaming triangular buckler, hangs between floor and roof. Its bright lines are the only sharp edges about this place. Well, can I take it? It's a small, slightly curved triangle of bright metal. Its face is bossed with the image of 3 crossed spears. The back is less polished and lacks the straps you would expect. Even your breathing is muffled. If indeed you do breathe here, you are suddenly unsure. An extra discovery has been added to my score. I got the shield. Cool. So we can go west. That's pretty much it. Oh, interesting. And we're back in the confusing passage. A small gap is visible in the stone to the southeast. The southeast? It's a different confusing passage, maybe. The technique of the memory palace is commonplace, says a voice you remember, not just among wizards, but among all the mantic disciplines. One commonly uses one's home as an anchor. Familiar rooms, passages, possessions become the keys to organized thought and knowledge. By passing through the house in mind, one passes unerringly through memory. Of course, among wizards, the technique may be elevated to a new plane. Well, pretty much the only thing I can do is go southeast, right? Oh. Maybe not? West takes me back into the cavern. Oh! This is the collapsed passage into the vault. The Vaulting Cavern had a road going from west to east, but the east side had collapsed. We were in that. That's what we just climbed out of. Interesting. Because if we went northeast, we were in a confusing passage, and we could... I don't think this gap to the southeast was there before. Or it was, but like it didn't... The gray chamber wasn't there because we hadn't done this other thing in the cistern, I guess, maybe. North is a dead end. Yeah. And that's where the cistern was, right? Open door. Yeah. Okay, well... Southwest. Confusing passage, we went south. So the vault and cavern, we got to the river. Now what am I supposed to do about that mask? Oh, I got my gum blob back somehow, by the way. But only one of them? I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Well, where else could I go? I feel like I've been everywhere. I haven't figured out, like, the mystery of the apple in the cage or what to do with the broken harp. Those, I assume, are bonus objectives. I don't have anything that would tell me what to do with them, I don't think. I have a bunch of inventory items I have no idea what to do with. Right? I don't know what the gum was supposed to do in, like, did it accomplish anything in there? I assume that putting the gauze on the grating did actually cause what we tried to do to actually work. Like, if I hadn't done that first, then it wouldn't have sent the column all the way to the top or something. I don't know. Alright, I mean, I'm going to say get mask, and it's going to say you can't reach. Do you want a hint? No. Doesn't offer me a hint like it did for the other one, huh? The river reflects the walls. Yeah. You can't jump 3 or 4 yards? What a chump. What else could we do? I could throw something at it. Don't know why that would be any good. I've got all these objects that look like they could be useful, but I don't know how to use them here. I have a glass slab. Put slab in river. Better not. You'd likely never see it again. Yeah. Jump west. Yeah, jump over river. I assume I can't do this. Much too wide to jump. I forget if I tried this before. I mean, I'm sort of lost on this. What else could be going on here? Far to the south, falling wall. Okay, so, all right. I guess maybe the point is that I need to stop the flow of water. Because then I could just walk across. Have I seen anything that would indicate it is making water? I don't think I have. There's a bunch of things I still don't understand. Like, what's the point of that magical mirror in the near the entry room, right? There's a door from that room. That we couldn't open. Probably it opens from the other side after you've gotten an extra bonus achievement or something. But I don't see, like, any reason to believe that going there would help me turn off this water. Alright, well, I mean, my ultimate goal is not to be the best in the world at the Dreamhold. It's to be introduced to the conventions of the genre. so that I can play the other game I wanted to play to begin with. So I'm just going to ask for a hint here. Has an extensive hint system which covers all the puzzles in the main thing, but then there's more for optional, and they won't give me hints for optional stuff. You type hint again, you get a hint on your current situation. Yeah. That's okay. I don't mind. Help him. Just tell me what to do. Perhaps there's a way to bridge it. The white berries are... Oh. The fact that they worked in the fire made me stop thinking about using them for anything else. I wouldn't think... Okay, but okay. Sure. Throw white berry in the river. Yeah. The response catches your breath away. Planes of frost crackle across the river's surface. Water eddies up around the obstruction and is subsumed as quickly. The ice snaps and groans, cracking and splitting and freezing again faster than you can follow. In seconds, an uneven sheet of ice is formed across the entire width of the river. It seems solid, although water hisses and bubbles underneath. Why would it hiss and bubble? I don't know. And I'm going to go west and grab the mask. You have reached the western side of the subterranean river. A narrow shelf or loose rubble slopes down to the water's frozen edge. The ice still spans the river, although it is slowly wearing away in the silent current. The shore does not extend far upstream or down, but at the top of the slope, a narrow crawl leads southwest, away from the river passage. Interesting. A green mask is lying in the screen. You can see the upstream edge of the ice slowly, but steadily wearing away in the current. Get that mask. My score has gone up. Declare victory. The ice creaks alarmingly. You raise your head. You think you can hear voices in the distance. Let's throw another white berry in there. Okay, fresh frost. The distant voices are growing more distinct, if not louder. Oh, maybe this is me remembering something now? Like this is the victory screen approaching? Let's go southwest. River crawl. You're crouched in a narrow, twisting crawlway. A faint rushing sound, distant above you, reveals that you are some way below the dark river. The crawl slopes upward to the northeast, back the way you came, and angles even more sharply downward to the southeast. Okay. A warm breath of air rises slowly up the pit, steadily, carrying with it an eddying stream of mist. Oh, no. I was supposed to read this. You continue crawling down the steepening slope. You soon find it difficult to maintain your grip. Then, with a horrible lurch of your stomach, you slip. The stone floor drops away entirely. Your torch goes spinning through empty space as you flail, falling for a few seconds for a hold that is not there. It doesn't say for a few seconds. After a long second, you slam into a rocky ledge. Now I'm back at the ledge in the pit, and my torch landed nearby. The voices hasten into an urgent babble. Listen, voices. The voices seem to be coming from somewhere far above and to the south. They murmur in a language with a tang of familiarity, but you are unable to make out even one word. Okay, so I'm back on the ledge. Okay, let's go up. Okay, get torch. You said it landed nearby. I thought I had picked it up. I guess not. So we want to go south from here. Somewhere to the southeast. You can go southeast from here, is that right? Mm-hmm. The south. Yeah, so they're probably in the orrery generally, I would guess. Northwest? But they were south from where I was before, so I guess I need to go west and then later north? I'm in the Dark Dome. Somewhere below me. I'm in the dome. There was a way down to the west, right? I still don't know what's going on with this. Metal pyramid. And there's a basket of coiled silver wire. Put the sphere in there. Yeah, actually, because this wasn't the fireplace kind of coiled silver wire, as I recall, as well. Put sphere in basket. As you drop the gray sphere into the basket, its glassy surface flares with a brilliant white light. The distant voices natter imperiously. You shield your eyes as the dome is flooded with light. Why does it say gold here? Oh, gold-lit dome center. It isn't justifying properly. It is filled with white light. An odd basket of coiled silver wire contains a white glass sphere. The light from the sphere fades smoothly to a gold. The light from the sphere fades to crimson. To brown. To green. Blue. Darkness. Yeah, not sure what this is accomplishing, but I guess it's interesting. Oh, what if I just pick it up now? It's going to fade, right? Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know what this is doing. Which way were the voices? Below me, right. And I can get there by going west and then down, is that right? No, the ladder was on the north side, I think, of the dome. There's a ladder down from here. And, okay, the light from the dome is changing even while I'm not there. Oh, and even this is, look, brown lit dome. So maybe there's some reason we need the light to be a particular color when we're in a particular place. Yeah, where are the distant voices, though? The voices are above me. How dare you? Oh, I'm still... I thought... Okay. I'm confused. Go south, south, up. The voices are below me. The voices are above me. So this is going too far. Huh. Well, how else do I get down? It's like I feel like these voices are the win condition, the win screen. This is when now that I have 7 masks, there's noises everywhere that I can try to track down, right? So, okay, the point is maybe I wasn't supposed to go up into the dome at all. Yeah, the voices are not above or below me, they're just northwest. Got it. There's stairs west, or I can go north. And then I can go west from here, or northwest or something. The northwest. And then I assume west from here. Southeast! What is wrong with you? Somewhere to the south. To the northwest. But if I went north... Well, when I went west, that was going upstairs. And they're below me. So this was wrong, I think. Harps! I know where that is. Sort of. North. And then east from here, I think? Or maybe northeast. No, east. Well, I'm not sure. The mosaic room. Northeast from here? This is the... Okay. Northwest from here. And then northeast or east or something? Northeast? The harp chamber. Yeah. So, I couldn't open this door before, and I assume I still can't. Yeah. This harp. I mean, I don't think I have anything that really cares about the harp. There's so many useless objects. And listening is not really helping me. I got here by going northeast, so I guess it's southwest again. And this pedestal I still don't understand. The voices are southeast. And then south. I guess I could go west and then south, maybe? I'm in the sitting room now. Here's the study. Nearby to the east. Oh, they're coming from the mirror room or the lead door in it, maybe? In the center of the room, as you cross the room's threshold, the voices go silent. A sudden and simultaneous hush, as of exultant expectation. Sit in the chair. I win. Sit in the chair. Mirror. Your reflection is strangely blurred. The distortion is strongest around your upper body. Your head appears to be a faceless blank. But dim green, red, black, gold, brown, blue, and white shadows seem to flit around your reflected body. Then they are gone. Wear mask. Let's wear the green one. Oh my goodness, what is this? The mask has no ribbons to tie. It is not even curved to fit a human face. In any case, it's half life-size. It cannot be worn. Nonetheless, you try raising the mask before your eyes. Memory stirs. Yeah, I don't remember where we got the half-size green mask, whatever. A tent rests in mud. It is rigidly upright. Oh, well, we got this green one from the river. This is the last one we got, actually. It is rigidly upright, defying its stains and any weariness. Once gold laces twitch against once white cloth. Then a figure is emerging. It too is rigidly upright, stained and dirtied, although the hair remains silver. Facing the tent are 4 soldiers. The man they surround is a soldier too, but his red sashes are hasty, crudely torn from some flag and stitched to a soldier's common clothes. He looks too young for them. The man carries no weapon, though his escorts eye him as if he might pull one out of any puddle of mud. What he carries instead is a length of hacked wood with a shattered handle. He kneels in the mud and lays it at the tall figure's feet. The eyes that peer down from beneath silver hair seem only tired. The figure turns away and reaches for the tent flap again. But a fist clenches on the lacing. Harsh yellow light splinters the air. A length of wood, which might once have been a crutch, once a war ago, flares into fire, ember, and ash. You yank the mask away with a shudder. What are these memories? They belong to the wizard whose house you are disturbing? If you want a hint on using the masks, type help hint. Well, I kind of feel like I am using the masks correctly, and sitting on the throne is the place to do it. There shouldn't be any voices anymore, right? The green one is still... Even though I experienced the memory from the green mask, there's still 7 of these shadowy things. I didn't totally follow who was doing what in this description. There's a tent. There are 4 soldiers. They surrounded another soldier. He looks too young. And he doesn't have a weapon. And he kneels. What tall figure? That's my question. Where's the tall figure? This is a man. There's a tent. Oh, okay. Yes. A figure is emerging from the tent with silver hair. And 4 soldiers have escorted a young soldier to bring this man a staff, perhaps? Well, let's wear the black mask. Gingerly you raise the mask. Memory stirs. The one who stands in the field has silver hair, but it is cropped and faded with streaks of white. The field has no corn, only muddy ruts. Behind the tall figure is a city. A bright city with white spires, but perhaps a cold one. There are lights within it, but they do not move. Before the tall figure is an army. Its soldiers are arrayed in mail and gilt tabard. This is like a... It's not a shield. It's like a coat of some kind, a military coat or cloak kind of thing, I think. Is that what that word means? I know paladins can wear it in Diablo 2, and that's where I learned a lot of my... Yeah, a short, loose-fitting, sleeveless or short-sleeved coat or cape, such as a tunic worn by a knight over his armor and emblazoned with his arms. Where I learned most of my words from medieval weaponry and armor is from Diablo 2. The sign on... But I didn't look up how to pronounce it. Tabard? Yeah. Tabard. The sign on their tabards is unrecognizably changed. There are very many of them, and they have come a very long way, but now they too are still. The front rank shifts, and 3 figures come forward. Each carries a tall spear, held upright, Brilliant blue luminosity whirls in knots on each spear point. The light falls on the silver-haired figure and casts a long red shadow behind him, pointing back at the city. So they have power in their spheres and he's focusing it somehow towards the city? The three soldiers begin to bring their spears down. The blue radiance flares hungrily. Then it goes out. The tall figure has raised one hand. No more than that. The spears are clattering atop each other in the mud, and the three soldiers are on their knees, huddled over their empty hands. The gilt ranks shift again, and now it is no ordered movement. Mail-bound faces look up at the aching black opacity which has begun to open above the silver one's raised hand. The hurting blackness is the sky now, and the army begins to run. Your memory ends abruptly. Well, wear another mask. The red one, I guess? True and heavy beams of wood frame the hall. It is dominated by a high table. At the head of the table, a tall figure stands. Silver hair, intricately stitched robes, drawing all eyes. So these are memories of the wizard, right? And presumably the wizard is me. But we haven't been told this explicitly yet. A sharp gesture. To one side, a half-grown boy frowns, tries to ask a question. He is shushed fiercely and without a glance. At the door, uniformed guards carry in a bundle of cloth. The silver-haired figure stares at it for long moments. A guard, moved finally by the silence, unfolds the cloth. Eyes jerk, but there is still no sound. Eventually, the tall figure moves a hand again. The wet red stains that have been revealed sparkle, glow, and slowly vanish from the cloth. It is only a gesture. It is all anyone can do. It is nothing. Muffling a cry, the boy leaps up and limps for the door. Hurrying, his uneven steps are more halt than usual. More halt? Not quite sure what that means. Halt as an adjective? His face twists in pain, but no one moves to help him. So, a soldier was away at war, and all we could bring back is his clothes, and the wizard could do no more than just clean the clothes, and the kid's brother or son is sad? Maybe? Not the wizard's or the kid's, the soldier's kid or son. Okay, what about the gold mask, do you think? Yeah, if you want a hint. I mean, so far I'm just having fun. I mean, I don't know about fun, but I'm obtaining new content, reading what these masks say. I don't need a hint yet. I could put the mask in the mirror or something. A man and a woman. They lean on each other, a dim and distant exhaustion. Between them, they cradle a dark-haired infant. It is the only thing in the world, as they always are. A silver head shakes. A hand draws back the blanket. The infant has a clubbed foot, twisted and drawn in. The couple put out their hands once again. Once again? It hasn't happened yet in this memory. Light curls out of the air. Blue and green, violet and no color at all. Luminous currents slide down the infant's limbs. It twists and whines, fretting, but the child is exhausted as well. Then the light splinters and is gone. The foot is unchanged. The infant gathers itself for another howl. Its parents rock it absently, but they are looking at each other. The silver-haired one snaps a word. Both know the anger is self-directed and is despair. This wizard has not really accomplished much, huh? So, the mirror, right? I have a blurry... Like, can I put gold mask in mirror? You hold the gold mask up against the mirror over the reflection of your face. Then the mask is no longer in your grasp. It seems to float on the surface of the mirror. You know this. Life takes its own course, and sometimes no reason nor argument nor urgent need can divert its speaking tide. I see. So this memory was to teach me this lesson, maybe. And here's a summary of it. All right, so, I mean, we've already watched a few of these memories. Let's see what the black one does. These people interrupt your studies. Rude. We've watched the green one. Haven't I? Doesn't seem to want to go. It slides away like a little on jar that won't quite fit. Where? Green mask. Didn't I watch this? Oh, I guess not. Yeah. I did. Yeah, and 2 of the masks are used up. Something's weird about this green one, I guess. Okay. I've watched the red mask as well, haven't I? Yeah. It won't go. So there's 5 colors of shadows left. The brown mask. In a darkened library, someone works alone. The tall shelves are crowded, but the rows of titles fade into shadows. Only the desk is illuminated. A map is spread upon it. The pen, moving across its face, annotates and speculates. Nearly half the map is tinted red. Along the border, marks and notations cluster like wasps. The silver head snaps up as an officer enters. He holds a pale cylinder the length of a tall man's finger. A tall man's finger is that much longer than normal men that you would have to specify whose finger? He places it on the desk, he bows, he turns and leaves. At no point do his eyes rise from the floor. The cylinder, unrolled, proves to be a length of parchment, filthy, closely lettered. The tall figure reads it once, then the pen taken up once again. In the blank heart of the red-tinted region, quick strokes now emblazon the shape of a crutch. I mean, there was a crutch in the one with the boy. No. In the one with the tent, where the 4 soldiers offered the crutch to the man. To the wizard. And there's also a club-footed boy, right? Yeah. There's a club-footed baby, and then there was a boy with a limp. So the wizard is not the only reoccurring figure in these memories. Interesting. Okay. Well, we may as well try. See if it wants the brown mask. It doesn't. The roof lines of the city are slate over brick, but the tower is older stone. A silver-haired figure looks down from an embrasured window. The largest building in view faces the tower across the square, perhaps in challenge. Its brick arches frame an intricate web wrought of iron. The web shapes a symbol, an ornately styled crutch. A small curved crutch hangs in the figure's throat. Hangs at the figure's throat. And not curved, but carved. Let me try this sentence again. A small carved crutch hangs at the figure's throat. But this is simple, a few splinters of wood. Absent fingers have smoothed the rough wood to a polish here and there. The people in the square do not look up. They go about their business quietly. Or, all do but one. One dark cloak is thrown down suddenly. A woman stands revealed in bright dyed rags. She is shouting up at the tower, out through the square, around at the citizens who move away from her. She spins, gesticulating. She points at the arched building. She points at the tower. Above, looking down, a brow furrows beneath silver hair. But the guards are coming, pushing through the cloud that melts away from the square. In moments, the ragged woman, too, is cleared from sight. The face in the window watches this. Not perhaps pleased, but satisfied enough. And then the face turns away, back to the books and artifices within the stone tower. What color was this one? Blue? I know the last few haven't worked, but I'm just like, maybe they have to go in a specific order. I'm just trying them all after I've worn them. A child runs through the forest. A robe, richly bright embroidered, has slipped off one skinny shoulder. A child old enough to be put in clothes, too young to know what it means to wear them. A silver-haired child whose glance darts from tree to bird, caught everywhere. A mother's voice shouting, not patient, not yet urgent. The child attends this with the same interest as bush, flower, fascinating new rustle underfoot. The name again. A moist leaf, torn from a tree, clutched in a small fist, tossed in the air, blown about, blown upwards again and again as the child dances back and forth, face raised, flushed, puffing madly. Mother's voice interrupting the game. The child spins once more, dashes back towards dinner. The leaf flutters about in the air. It circles a tree, then rises to a high branch, clings there. It seems to bend this way and that. Then it casts loose and flutters determinedly after its thoughtless maker. Yeah, so this isn't going to work, I assume. Yeah. Talk to mirror. X self. You can't remember what you look like. That won't reveal anything. You're right. Well, if I'm not supposed to put these in the mirror, what am I supposed to do with them? Let's just eat blue mask. That'll probably do it, don't you think? That's plainly inedible. Yeah, no surprises there. Stand. Something whispers through the air. You turn to see two masks fluttering down to the seat behind you. Get masks. Get gold. Get black mask. Okay, so there isn't... There is supposed to be some process where we sit down and we use all the masks, it seems. Yeah. We already tried unlocking this with all of our keys. Alright, give me a hint. I'm not like here to become an expert at this game specifically. Just make sure I understand the kinds of things you can do in these games. Yeah. Oh. The focus of this room is the mirror. Yeah, I know. Use blue mask on mirror. I mean, alright, not the word use. Put blue mask on mirror. The dance of symbols is the movement of the people. Perhaps you've not studied them enough, but your own study, the symbols of worlds within and above, press you so. So, before, I put in two different colors of masks. Neither was blue. It was like the black and the brown one or something, right? Gold and black. So the blue one went in, but only because the others weren't there. So there could be an order that you have to put them in, but it's not a total order. It is, but you can leave gaps. So imagine the masks were numbered 1 through 7, and you win the game by putting in 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7. But you could put in 1 and then 5, and then after that you could put in 6 and 7 if you wanted, but you can't go back and put in 2. Right? That's something that would at least match with the experience I've had so far. I can put in a mask, and it doesn't seem like the mirror just holds 2 masks. It seems like it wants all 7. But there was an order you were supposed to put them in, maybe. So put black mask on mirror. It goes. These people interrupt your studies. Right. So, let's say I tried the gold one now. Yeah, but it doesn't go. Even though that was what I had before. So, I don't think this partial order idea really makes sense. I don't remember what order I put them on before. It's like forever ago, right? Okay, this was my first sitting down. I wore the black mask, I wore a bunch of masks. I put the gold and then the black in, and that was allowed. Oh, but I'm not trying that now. Now I'm trying black and then gold, and that's not allowed. So, okay. So if I try blue and then gold and then black. I typed get, but so, yeah, there is some sort of order. Blue-black didn't work. Gold-black did work. No, wait. Blue-black did work. Blue-gold didn't work. But gold-black did work. I don't understand this. Just let me out of here. The colors appear to match. Yeah, obviously. Which ones does it accept or reject? Okay. So do I have to do them in the order it's showing me here? No. I don't think it's really related to anything else in my inventory. I know, I did that. The order of placement matters. Yeah, I know. I really do not want to read through all the stories to figure out what order they're supposed to go in. I've been experimenting. I don't understand what works. How they relate... It's in the mirror. Satisfaction, but no triumph. Unformed childhood. So this was the one that I picked up first, right? Regret. Confidence and anger. I mean, that sounds like youth of a sort. Oh, God, really? Young, strength, exhaustion. Yeah, so it is supposed to be like, I think, some sort of, you know, order of the story being told from youngest to oldest. But that doesn't sound fun. Like, that's where I kind of struggle with these kinds of games, I think. With story-based games. You know, I didn't mind reading through all the stories, listening to the story of the wizard or whatever. It wasn't like the most amazing thing that's ever happened to me, and it took a lot of time, but you know, that's what happens when you decide to read a whole game out loud. And they were fine stories, and they clearly were forming an arc of a lifetime, but it's just like the game doesn't give you good tools to take notes like that about what order everything is in. So like, what, I'm supposed to open a spreadsheet so I can note what stage of life each story was in? And then put them in the same order in the mirror? Like, that just sucks. I don't want to do that. Like, just tell me what order they go in, man. That's the last hint. Fuck you. I might not finish this game. Alright, let's get a spreadsheet open. Oops, that's not how you do that. But like, I don't even know that I can understand the ages of all the stories. Of all, like, the wizard is the same age in all of them, right? He's old. He's gray-haired. I think. Maybe not. Yeah, this tall figure has silver hair, right? And there's a boy who limps. This is after the boy is the baby with the clubfoot, presumably. Yeah, this is like the crowning puzzle of the game, and I hate it. I'm not going to finish this. I have done enough to learn the conventions of the genre, and I am not going to try to figure out what order these stupid things go in. I'm just going to go try that other game that I actually wanted to play in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.